Study Program at Magister of English Education Department, UIN Jakarta. She holds like lots of position at the moment. She is also a reviewer at on the Compare, a journal of comparative and international education. If you think you want to submit there, maybe she'll one of the reviewer. So this one is the official journal of the British Association for International and Comparative Education. Not only this, there's another one. She's also a reviewer on the International Journal of English Education of UIN Jakarta and associate editor of International Journal of Law Ahkam UIN Jakarta, associate International Journal of Islamic Economy and Law Al-Istishad UIN Jakarta. Ihtisad. Apologize. So yes, so she holds lots of position in terms of publications, and if you have anything related with that and with also the major of education leadership, you may also discuss later on. You can have a great opportunity to meet her in person and discuss today. And in terms of education, Bu Ummi hold a doctorate from the University of Canberra, same as me. But Bu Ummi really happy with Ummi Kultsum MPD PhD, but I don't know. I just happy to be called as Dr. Destina. It's just like, because it sounds a PhD is I always think of a PhD, PISA, things like that. So I prefer to just doctor, but there's no preference. I mean, no specific like why it's doctor or PhD is like as you wish. Anyway, both of us like we are graduated our PhD at the same place together. She graduated earlier actually, one semester, and her master is from UNJ Jakarta, and her undergraduate degree is from UIN Jakarta. So I don't think I need to mention about the other education background for high school and elementary or junior high. So there's a bit from Bu Ummi, and if you are thinking of reading her manuscript, she also released recently, 2022, part of a chapter of the book, School Governance and Leadership Challenge in Indonesia, Islamic Senior High School. So you can access that. Is it free, Bu, or you need to buy the book? Oh, you already shared with them. Okay, that's great. So that's for another one. Okay, that's awesome. So she has lots of manuscript that she already released, and you can access that. You can ask and discuss with her also anything related with education leadership and many more. I think to cut the time short, because we want to get a lots of insight from you regarding educational leadership. Before we continue the process, I'll give the time to Bu Ummi. I will let the head of the master program, the head of the Faculty of Education, Ibu Nina Nurmila. Time is yours to give your opening remark.
Thank you very much, Dr. Destina, the moderator of today's lunch talk. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin, wassalatu wassalamu ala Muhammadin sayyidil mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Amma ba'du. I would like to thank all of you who have been here. I only see like third semester of education. Okay, other classes, but not many from the first semester, MA and PhD. Okay, only some of you, even though I think Tuesday morning has no class. We choose Tuesday because actually that's the only morning that we don't have a class, yeah. And I would like to thank some of the lecturers who are here. I can see Dr. Tati Wardi, the head of MS Study Program, Dr. Bambang Sumintono, Dr. Lukmanul Hakim. I don't see Ibu Charina, maybe she is somewhere else, but you are here, Dr. Destina. So actually, this is the 12th lunch talk, the last lunch talk this year. And the second offline lunch talk after we had it 2 weeks ago with the psychologists. But this is the first time I attend the offline lunch talk, yeah, and very happy to see you, even though only some of you who can attend, yeah. So I'm very happy to welcome Ibu Ummi Kultsum. She is the first scholar one of the first scholar in resident. Another one is Professor Asgab, who has already given us the first, the 10th lunch talk conducted online on education and equity. And Ibu Ummi would like, as the flyer already said, that Ibu Ummi will speak about understanding Indonesian indigenous leadership in higher education, an exploration study on Islamic and Hindu-based university. And last 2 weeks when I couldn't attend the second last lunch talk with the psychologist. Actually, I went to Bali to attend international conference in support of women's access to education for Afghan women. And this conference was attended by ministries of foreign affairs, ambassadors, and then academicians who give pledge to support women's education in Afghanistan. And Triple IU, of course, in support of women's, especially Afghan women's access to education, and we are welcome to students from Afghanistan, especially women, and we are happy that this year we have female students, yeah, both in MA and PhD, and I would like to welcome. Well, I have already stated in the WhatsApp group that I would like. But now I personally want to welcome 3 new arrived students from Afghanistan. One is from MA studies program, Mir Hussain, and then 2 is PhD students, Hangama, and then Mahmoud. Are they here? Okay, so unfortunately I cannot see them, yeah, but the lectures at the Faculty of Education are committed to help them completing the first semester and give them more time to catch up with their studies. So while other people might be have already had their final exam, they might still need to continue doing the assignments until they complete the requirements of the course, yeah, in the first semester. Okay, I think without further ado, I will open the session this morning by let's reading Suratul Fatihah. Al-Fatihah. A'udzubillahi minasyaitonirrajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Arrahmanirrahim. Maliki yaumiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghairil maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. So this is the final month of the 2022, and I hope today you have a fruitful discussion with Ibu Ummi. Thank you very much, Ibu Ummi. And without further ado, I will give the time again to the moderator, Dr. Destina. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Oh, udah.
Thank you very much, Bu Nina. Before we give the time to Bu Ummi, maybe a little bit of direction on how this speech is going to go. So Bu Ummi will present for about 30-40 minutes and see how it goes. And the question answer will goes after that. We will open several termine if lots of more question and we still have time, we can just open it again as usual we do in a online style. Okay, Bu Ummi, without further ado.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let's start this session by saying Basmalah, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I would like to stand up if you don't mind. Okay. So I would like to say next and then we'll go. Okay. Sudah canggih. Malum saya dari desa. Okay. Uh, now I getting used to with the faces here. Yes, we used to meet maybe few years ago, and now we meet again. Yeah. And I think most of you already hear about my research, yeah, from my thesis, my publications, and everything. So I just a little bit upgraded about my research, our research actually, because we work together with some lecturers from Bali and also a lecturer at Win Sharif Hidayatullah. So this morning I would like to share uh, our finding about indigenous leadership in educations, in higher educations. So the setting is in Islamic based university and Hindu based university. Next. Okay. Yeah, next. Right. So but before I forgot, yeah, you can call me Dr. Ummi too. Yeah, since when I come here, PhD is there's another abbreviations. Yeah, yeah. But at Win I have 2 degree, Bu. Dr. Ummi Kulsum PhD. It's written in my jacket. Beli satu gratis satu. Okay, right. Back here. So we already know what leadership context and meaning, yeah. And in some classes that I attend, yeah, in last month and this month, we already discussed a lot, and I meet very grateful students who they already understand many things about terms of leaderships. I'm so wow, so amazing one. They're very smart, so we don't need to discuss further about that. But the highlight of that leadership is the key point, yeah, of the institutions where the process of organizations, the running of the organization is supposed to be getting better or improvement. Yeah, so there are so many styles. Yeah, you can name it. Yeah, so those students name it a lot of. They can understand what is transactional, transformationals. What else? Laissez-faire. I learned France. Yeah. Okay. And in Indonesia context, we also still connected with these kinds of styles. Yeah. However, we still cannot avoid there is something else that that can embed it into the leadership. So my highlight is that religions and culture, yeah, giving the highlight or giving influence strongly into a person when leading the institution or an organization. So let me read it. That's in the Indonesian context, has cultural beliefs and understanding that are embedded in the leader's characters might significantly influence the way they administer the religious-based school, yeah, like madrasah, yeah, and also religion-based university, like UIN or UHN, yeah. Okay, so this is the basic or the problem that why I interested to look further or deeper about these kinds of styles. And based on my previous study in 2020, we found about kinship values, yeah, in leadership practice in Indonesia. I think some of you still remember what are these? No? Yeah. Yes, Dian? Family, what's that? Okay, lupa. Yes, it's a family base, yeah, family base. So kinship values, family based. So we can later on, I will say it again, the characters of kinship leadership in Indonesia. Next. Okay, so this is very practical. Yeah, this study is part of my large research project, yeah, in Indonesia leadership practice in Islamic based schools. Yeah, we started from high school, senior high school. Last year in 2021, I come up with the junior high school, and this year I go to the higher educations. Yeah, and the major findings reveal that the predominance Islamic values and the uniqueness of Indonesian culture shed light on the leadership practices. Yeah, we found 3 styles dominant. Yeah, catalytic, servant, and kinship leadership. And we also already discussed, yeah, with you. Okay. So our research questions is this research will be investigate how kinship leadership practice in Islamic university as compared to Hindu university. And I'm going to elaborate these kinds of styles. Yeah. I still remember when I get the interview, I forgot, Pak Bambang or Pak Lukman asked, why do you choose Hindu? Pak Bambang, yeah. 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 So that's very interesting one. And we know that Hindu is the oldest religions in Indonesia. Even it's already exists before Islam come, right? And then Islam now is the biggest populations in Indonesia or even in the world. Yeah, so these 2 religions have a strong, I would say, intimidations into human characters and also culture in Indonesia. Yeah, from Sumatra, Java. Yeah, we can find that Hindus' values are really strong into some of cultures, as well as Islamic religions in Indonesia. Next. Okay. Yeah. So first of all, I was thinking that the indigenous leadership in Indonesia is mostly elaborate about kinship leadership. Yeah, actually, in my dissertations, we found that this is kind of different leadership style, where kinship leaders is mostly like when father is a leader, so the childrens will be part of the leaders in the company or organizations. But kinship in this in our research, it's mostly like how the leader can connect with their subordinates with the family values, yeah, like father to children, but not the real father to the children, right? Okay, so kinship as a family relationship, such as those between mother, father, children, as I said, and sibling. And also kinship is defined as a system that prescribe how people living together should interact with another. And kinship in Indonesia context, yeah, it's the etymological root of kinship is kekeluargaan. Yeah, after we go with these terms, so we do understand. Oh, maksudnya kekeluargaan tuh gitu. Yeah, so, kekeluargaan. Have you ever heard? I don't know if you're from other countries. So we used to say this term to solve problems. Ya, diselesaikan secara kekeluargaan. What does that mean? No police interventions, no rules interventions. So kekeluargaan rules, ya. Okay, saling asih, saling asuh. Yeah, which literally translate as familism. Yeah, I don't know. You from Pakistan or Afghanistan? Do you have this kinds of term in your country, kekeluargaan or familism? Okay, and this term is really embedded into the cultures of people in Indonesia, no matter who you are. Yeah, sifat kekeluargaan is very strong. Yeah, so that's why correcting me, Bu Destina, that Indonesia is the most generous country. Yeah, because we have the kekeluargaan minded. Yeah, we are very high. We are very polite, acceptable, permissive with strangers. Yeah, so that's why people keep coming to Indonesia. Yeah, but I don't know now. Okay, and leader and kinship leadership. In this statement that in Indonesia, kinship leadership is strongly influenced by cultural understanding based on geographical setting. However, distinctive Indonesian values such as friendly society, welfare system, and life assurance are generally included in Indonesia culture. Okay, next. Okay, yeah. So I just want to renew the questions. So actually, for frankly speaking, I just did my analysis because I just gained the data yesterday afternoon. Yeah, and I still need to gain more data. Yeah, but I already done with data from Bali. So the framework is focus on leadership practice delivered by leaders in Islamic and Hindu-based university. And the questions is how do leaders create different strategy, yeah, for developing kinship concept as the identity of indigenous leadership among higher educations in Indonesia. Next. Okay, yeah, this is a methodology, multiple case study. I choose 2 universities. Yeah, so it could be more than one. I use the semi-structured interview, and in Bali because they're kind of busy, so they cannot meet me person to person. So I have to do the online interview. Yeah, so 6 persons agree to be interviews, and also some leaders in university, Islamic University Syarif Hidayatullah. Okay, participants, in-depth interview and the analysis. Yeah, this is my favorite one. I do not use the, what is it called? At FIFO? And FIFO. So I use the coloring coding. Yeah, next. Okay, yeah, here we go. The findings, yeah. Well, I would like to share something. When I did the interview with the Balinese respondents, it's very interesting, yeah. Since like, because they are also religious-based university, they keep talking ayat. They keep talking something, what is it? Religious stuff, yeah. After that, I get confused. What did I say? What are they talking about? I don't understand. What is Swadharma? What is Karma Pala? Yeah, so it takes time for me to understand those terms. Yeah, so I have to hire an expert as a transcriptor, so a lecturer, a student. Yeah, then they discuss what is the exact meaning. But I didn't give all the terms here. Yeah, but I just make the conclusions of that. So the findings of our research, first of all, is leadership challenge in higher education. So there are 2 big ones, internal and external. Next. Okay, so we start from Islamic University. My reviewer, my participants mentions that, the interesting one, from the Prodi level, yeah, until the dean, vice deans, yeah, I met many women leaders. Yeah, I think even in UI, yeah. Ada Butati, Wade, yeah, this woman. So the first one come up when I asked, what is your what is the strongest challenge when you lead this institution? They say family. Yeah, they get a double burden. Yeah, some others are, there's no problem. I have my children's already big, so I just go to anywhere. That's it. Yeah, but family for them, it's not only the children but also husband. Yeah. Frankly speaking, most of my participants also have the higher positions husband. Yeah. So when they take this responsibility, they have to deal with the assistance or the permissions of the husband. Yeah. So one participant is kaprodi, but the husband is camat in Bali. Yeah, so it's very busy. So I have to be ibu camat and also ibu kaprodi. So it's very hard for me. Yeah, and then in Islamic University also they have self motivations. Yeah, the thing is, some of the participant has been selected by cult. They don't promote themselves to become to take these positions, but the dean or director called them to be. Yeah, I think this is a new regulations. Yeah, when the minister choose director and director choose the dean choose kajur sekjur. Yeah, and self motive. This is the fact that it's become influence to their self motivations. Yeah, I have to do it because I don't have any other choice. Yeah. One respondent said, because I am PNS, so I couldn't refuse this position. Yeah, this is part of my responsibility as PNS. So they a little bit struggling to motivate themselves. And it's also influence into their self-confidence. Yeah. they okay, I never lead these kinds of organizations. I don't know how to do, how to develop curriculum, how to interact with my boss, how to interact with the students. So they have lack self-confidence, yeah, and take quite long. It's like years to get used with these positions. And also responsibility. Of course, the double burdens also create what is it? Confusing responsibility. As a mother, as a wife, or as a husband, as a father, yeah, this responsibility it's supposed to be divided into some terms. Yeah. And from the external, in Islamic University, administrations, yeah. So the story is that these leaders is just being chosen for the new jurusan, yeah. So they don't understand how to administer in the right way. Yeah, so they keep asking, they keep trying, and they're also, in somehow they also make some mistakes that makes the dean angry, or the lecturers confused, and the student don't understand what to do. And academic development, this is for the prodi dean, yeah, academic development. So, you know, being leader is also, you need to promote your what is it, your institutions, what they're good at. Yeah, so every year we need to do something, yeah, in order to promote the prodi. Yeah, academic developments. So for the first time they find there's so many things need to be fixed. Yeah, so they have to take more time to make this better. And program demands. Yeah. Because both of them are state university. Yeah. So every year they have to create programs. Yeah. And sometimes the program is quite demanding, especially when it's related with other university abroad. Yeah. Next. In Hindu University. Yeah. I put family in the last. Because all the participants said that the balance between self needs and organizations, because in the external one, they have religion responsibility. Yeah, this is very interesting. They have upacara. What is it in English, Bu? Ritual. Yes, they have ritual like almost every month. Yeah, so they keep saying Bali is banyak libur, many holiday. Yeah, they have their own schedule every month. Yeah, so this is the fact that this is very influence their, what is it, work performance. Yeah, especially for the women. Yeah, they need to share labor with the men. Yeah, in upacara. So man is supposed to be like this and woman is supposed to be like this. And I thought from the our conversations that I think women get higher, yeah, responsibility in upacara day. Yeah. The man is only okay. Men also have a big responsibility, but men's only do the big things, yeah, including leading the ritual. But the small one, the micro one, is supposed to be neat woman's touch. Yeah, that's what makes a woman need to stay at home all day, even weeks. Yeah, to make these rituals runs well. Yeah. So, and everyone, every woman is should be there, including my participants. Yeah. So it's kind of hard for them to balance between the family one and also the organizations, and self-motivation also the same. Yeah, and family for the double burdens. And the external, the interesting one, they have problem to develop the communications, yeah, due to age gap. Yeah, some fortunately I have young participants. Yeah, most of them are in my age. Yeah, I think I also have the same problem with communicating with someone older than you. There are my lecturer. They are older than me. They are baby boomers, something like that. They are so emotional, something like that. So sometimes the program demand, yeah, cannot run well because of these problems. Yeah, and pressure. Yeah, pressures is also come from the age gap and the misunderstanding about the visions and mission between dean and prodi, or between rector and dean. Yeah, and potential conflicts. Yeah, potential conflicts means that in Bali, yeah, surprisingly, they have one, what is it, community, yeah, which the community will have different value with the other community. So if Butati and I come from different community, we might have potential to make miscommunication, right? Because my understanding about something will be different with her understanding about something. So, and they together in one institution, yeah, running the organizations with, yeah, there they were academics. But again, as I said before previously, that culture embedded in their characters, that's the way they behave. Yeah, when they become a persons. Yeah, and religion responsibility, as I said. Okay, next. Okay, so my next questions, what are your solutions after you having these kinds of internal and external problem? In the Islamic University, most of the mentions that, okay, I will always refers this responsibility as a person with to give the serve to the God. Ya, jadi nilainya ke religious. Ya, so God is the main core. Ya, for them as ibadah. Ya, taking these positions is ibadah. then they agree to get it as amanah. Yeah. Every amanah, when you do it in a good way, it will relate to ibadah. Yeah. Then they do the self-reflections. Kesel, yeah, get angry or disappointed with the institutions, tapi oke, ikhlas, ikhlas. Ya, si ikhlas beramal. Ya, kayaknya moto itu dipegang banget ya sama teman-teman di di Islamic University. Oh iya, ada ikhlas beramal. Masya Allah. Yeah, well, I also have these kinds of motivations in madrasah, yeah, in madrasah leaders book. They also say, okay, it's part of ibadah. So when I be a good leader, so Allah will accept me as a good person. So the reward is not from you guys. Even you hate me, you don't listen to me, but God will always give me the best rewards. That's exactly what my respondents say. Yeah, ikhlas beramal. So I also part of the management. I also part of the prodi. I'm so disappointed when I make a program, there is no money, there is no support, something like that. But then ya udahlah, kita kerjain aja gitu. What can I do? I just be, let it be. Yeah. So my reflection will be, okay, God will give this reward. Yeah, something like that. Okay. And how about in Hindus based university next? Yeah. Overall, it's almost the same as like Islam. Yeah. They also try to develop the responsibility at the end of the journey is a God. But one thing's different. They believe about reincarnation, right? So if you're being a good human in the world, your next life will be a good life too, better. One participant that now I'm handling a lot of teachers. I have to taking care their business, their stuff. Perhaps I'm being not good with my teacher in my previous life. So when I born again, so I need to responsible with a lot of teachers, and I accept it. Yeah. So they knows about karma pala. Yeah, karma pala is a duty as human. Yeah, karma. What is karma in your understanding? Kena karma, balasan. Yes. So karma pala. So what you're doing as a duty, this is your destiny as a human. If you're a lecturer, that's your karma pala as a lecturer. Yeah. If you're students, that's your karma pala as a student. Even if you are prampok, yeah, that's also your karma pala. So they said there is no halal, there is no haram, but this is how you choose as your persons, yeah, as your dharma when you doing this as a human, yeah. Responsibility, they don't believe afterlife, yeah, but your karma will be repeat after when you newborn, yeah. So you can be animals, you can be monkeys or dogs, yeah, when you done something bad in your life now. So for taking the positions, they said this is a swadharma, duties, obligations, amanah. Yeah. They also think that this is our destiny. This is what God's want about me playing in this world. So this is amanah, same as Islam. So that's why I took this amanah as karma, dharma, yoga. Yeah, the path to go to the God, ibadah. Yeah. So the values is exactly the same. Yeah. So I come up with the conclusions that both religions and culture are embedded into Indonesian characters as a human, where they take something at the case as a leaders. Yeah, that's the interesting one I got from this data. Okay, next. Okay, yeah. So the next questions, yeah. Or maybe is there any questions from here? Yeah. Later. Okay. Yeah. Next. So I also highlighted the interactions and communications. Yeah. So we decide into formal and informal. Yeah. And most of my participants use informal ways. I think that's more comfy, yeah, for them. Yeah. Informal, they use forum to discuss meetings, ya, rapat pimpinan, something like that, or letters as the communication part. But seems it doesn't work well. Yeah, so they mostly choose the informal way. Yeah. In Islamic University, I can find that they more relate to the servant leadership. Yeah. So leaders come giving stewardship. They come as a listener. Yeah. They provide availability and also college approach. Yeah. To students, to lecturers, or to people higher than them. Right. So the availability, for example, one respondent mentions that I have to meet my subordinates like once a week at least, and I have to develop the coordinations with lecturers or with students regarding they have to finish on time, something like that. So availability, and even especially for prodi, ya Bu, this never ending time. Texting, questions, yeah. So being availability, and sometimes you must, yeah, you must replay, yeah. And for their higher level, they use the colleague approach because in some community, they come up with the same community, yeah, they have the same organizations, extra organizations, or they join in one extra community outside of the campus, so they become college before they take this position. So they use this opportunity to communicate to each other, yeah. And listening, this is very interesting, yeah. One of participant mentions that I'd rather listen than talking. Yeah, because while listening, I know what I'm going to do next. If talking, your brain stop. Yeah, because sometimes you don't understand something outside, yeah, of you. So listening, you also recall what you need to do. Yeah. Okay. How about in Hindus? Next. Thank you. Yeah. Forum and letters for the formal one. Yeah. But the informal one, they develop emotional relationship. Yeah. As I said before, they come from one region to another region. Yeah. If the dinners come with the same religion, they also have like, if Christians, they go in the same church, it's also the same in Bali. Yeah. In Singaraja, yeah, the Singaraja will have the pura and everyone will go there. Yeah, so they will know that they have emotional bond. It's quite strong. This is how they develop the communications. Yeah. Humble, decent. I little bit has a challenge how to what is the good terms of this one. So as like this, because they have a quite huge age gap, yeah. So this leader trying to lower their positions, ya, kayak menganakan ke ayah. Jadi Kalau di sana itu dia istilahnya manggilnya bapak, ya, kaji, ya. Dia they address these lecturers with this calling, yeah, means that it's not longer colleagues, yeah. You are my parents. So this is how they try to be decent, humble, in order, yeah, to get transformations of communications runs well between the leader and the subordinate. And somehow they also need to be assertive. Yeah. One person is humble, another is being assertive in a good way. Yeah. I give a funny story. I think I don't know. It's mostly happen in many universities. Like when the time of BKD, you know what BKD means? Beban kerja dosen for certifications, ya, you have to at least one research or one publications. The chaos coming in every semester when the lecturers come to the prodi and say, put my name there, put my yeah. So they said for the first time, okay, but later on, no way, no way. So they now trying to give us straight boundaries into this academic one, because it's give a potential, yeah, for other lecturers to be cheat and also teach students to cheating, yeah. So now the leaders try to stop these kinds of habit. And also, this is for the vice dean say that developing trust. Yeah. So this is the positions that I have. Yeah. I'm doing as I have these positions as good as I can. Yeah. They also come, they also give the availability, listening and everything. Yeah. To develop the trust. Yeah. This is a big problem actually. Yeah. I think many campus have trust issue with their leaders. I don't know why, but perhaps, yeah, it is secret there. It's common secrets. Oh, yes, yeah, something like that. We sometimes think that what our leaders done out there is not really what they are doing. Yeah, then we keep giving judgment, something like that. And this vice dean trying to eliminate these kinds of thinking from their subordinates by developing the trust, transparency, open-minded discussions everywhere. Yeah, he said that Balinese cannot be debated. I think most of Indonesian, that's Betawi. I'm from Betawi also. But I think also from Betawi, right? Ya, bapak kita nggak bisa didebat. Kalau harus ke sana ya. My father sent me to pesantren, ya, and I cannot debate. Yeah, I must listen. So, but this is academic organizations, he said. Somehow, yeah, you need to talk back if something can giving harm to your institutions. Yeah, there will be conflict, of course. Yeah, but this is how to let them know what the organization is supposed to be, how the quality is supposed to be maintained, how the institution is supposed to be great in their performance. Yeah, from these kinds of communications, they will develop the understanding and providing trust to their leaders. Next. Ya, sedikit lagi. This is my last slide, I think. So, my previous working definitions about kinship leadership as indigenous leadership in Indonesia, because I only seeing in Islamic perspective, yeah, leaders mostly seeing as a role model, yeah, trustworthiness, spirituality, kesalehan, parents figure, and humility, yeah, kesederhanaan. But in current research, so we add related with the servant leaderships like listener, stewardship, being assertive, and developing trust. Yeah, this is the newest finding that we found, or maybe there won't be longer kinship leadership, but we just go with the indigenous leadership in Indonesia context. Yeah, there will be new theory, I think. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bu Ummi. Very insightful presentation for today. We can see how much actually culture and religion as well give influence to the how people be a leader, on how the leadership in education works. It's really actually a good insight, and you might start thinking like, oh, this is between Hindu and Islamic universities, and there are many others out there, or how if it's actually put together, both of them, and how it's going to happen, whether it's going to be chaos or actually they're going to neglect both of them. That's a really nice discussion going to come up. Okay, so I'll give the time for the audience to pose a question, and then we give a chance for Ummi to answers. Any question for the first session, Ma'ruf, Butati, and Hazrat, and Dian? Maybe we can take any two, or you want to answer each of them one on one.
Yeah, before our
Sorry. Oh, yeah. Okay. So yeah, and the next, can I start with Maru first?
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for a wonderful presentation. My name is Maruf Aman, MA Education from Pakistan. So I've got two questions. I recently read a report written by Deborah Viray, and he says that using a variety of leadership styles is actually better. Now the question is, do you consider using a variety of styles simultaneously a challenge for academicians in your context? The first one, again, please. Do you consider using a variety of styles simultaneously a challenge for academicians in your context? Since it's been proven that using a variety of styles is actually better. Number two, is there any systematic or a practical approach to deal with family problem for female educational leaders? Any schedule or any practical systematic approach in which any researcher has talked about or he has done research so that we can deal with family problem as an educational leader? That's all.
Okay, a variety of styles, yeah.
Yeah.
In leading, I think I forgot these questions before then. So actually, there is no fixed styles when you're leading an organizations, yeah. It's really depends. It's like a doctors, yeah. I think those doctor in Australia and also in Indonesia is different. Yes, when you have to do diets, you have to refuse rice. But in Indonesia, you still keeps eating rice, yeah, because this is our makanan pokok, yeah. This is our main food, yeah. So I think the best one when you leading an organizations is knowing the characters of your organizations. For example, in madrasah, yeah, the teachers, the students, even parents, yeah, have the same visions when sending their children to the madrasah, learning religions. So be religious. Yeah. So what kinds of leadership styles in the religious ones. So everything. Being servant leadership, kinship leadership, transformational leadership. Muhammad is very transactional and transformational one, but they never mention this part of Islam. No, yeah, but context, madrasah, yeah. So put values there as Islam, right? Something like that. As I just pronounce here that they exactly the same values, right? Between Islamic university and Hindu university. They just come up with different terms, but the essentials are the same. Yeah, something like that. And the second question is,
Maruf,
Yeah.
let
Yeah.
me just try to translate. Is it about family
mhm.
family problems like as a challenge? Is there any systematical approach to
Yeah.
like handle that one?
Well, in Indonesia context, yeah. For example, when you get pregnant, yeah, our policy is not really pro for women. Yeah, we only have 3 months. Yeah, for what is it? Pausing, cuti. Yeah, yeah, for maternity leave. Yeah, it's only 3 months. Yeah, different from other countries could be take 1 year. Yeah, because we need to feeding the baby, something like that. So I couldn't answer this one because this is part of the policy. So in Bali, for example, if the system do not follow the culture, yeah, they will be chaotic. Yeah, because individu are part of the system itself. So if they refuse to do the ritual and not doing the sesajen and everything, so it wouldn't work. It wouldn't match. Yeah. So in Bali, I think that the system following the culture. Yeah. So again, this very depends. Yeah. So there is no fixed policy on that. Yeah. Okay. Is it answer your question?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Maruf.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay, next we have Utati.
Microphone. Thank you,
Yeah.
Dr. Ummi,
Thank you.
PhD. Because you want to make sure PhD here stands for
Pizza
pizza,
Hut delivery.
Pizza Hut delivery. If you don't know the joke, or permanent head damage, according to Dr. Bambang.
Yes, there was, yes, indeed.
I'm very pleased to hearing your presentation and the fact that we are going to have this published next year at MARE, yeah, our flagship journal. So we can see the high quality of this work. And then, yeah, I'm really enjoying your presentation. And then I think my question will be because you are the last time your answer was referring to the Balinese culture. I would like to, if you don't mind, to go back to your finding about the sense of responsibility, especially from the Balinese perspective. There is one, even though there are some shared values in Islamic university and in Hindu university, but there is one that only uniquely Hindu, yeah, there is a potential conflict.
Yes.
I'm just wondering, because my understanding is there something to do with the caste system, kasta? Because people are born within a system, and then you cannot really transform yourself because you're already trapped in the system. Either you are lower caste or upper caste. So I'm just wondering, did you refer to that kind of conflicts, or it's more I mean probably something that you've just found it here in your research? So that's probably, I would like to know more about that kind of that finding particularly. Other than that, I'm really enjoying your presentation. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, thank you, Butati, for your questions. Yes, actually, I have couple of time interview with different participants. Some some is not participants. I mean, what is it? The experts, yeah. She's lecturers and also understanding about genders and uh, she understand about cultural understandings, especially in Bali. So actually now on the kasta is not really what is it influence for the human living in Bali, but the practice still yes, yes. So where you're from, yeah. For example, you are come from the lower kasta, but you are become a dean or you'll become a kajur, yeah. So the lecturers will see still you're lower than me. It has happened without giving any clear definitions. So yes, so when I mentions about the potential conflicts, is very wide. Yes, as I give the example that you come from different area and also come from different area, our communication is not that effective. It also create conflict, age gap, kasta, and also perhaps the seniority. Yeah, even though you are colleagues, yeah, but let's say you're graduate from America, but then your colleagues from Indonesia, this also create something. Yeah. So the potentials will be higher in this context than in Islamic University. Yeah. It also happened actually in Islamic University because, Kiai Nyai, yeah, they become a lecturer, yeah, or they come from big pesantrens community and become a lecturer at university. They also what is it giving hindered, yeah, the communication, but not as strong as in Hindus based university. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, next.
All right, next I think I have Hazra or the other one. Yeah, or Dian. Okay, Dian after him. Is that okay?
Okay, Bu, thanks for the time. I got insightful from your explanation because that research strongly relate to my thesis area. Okay, without further ado, I have two questions. The first one's, what's absolutely main problem in that research? Is it only to know or explore indigenous leaderships in higher education, or at the same time you wanna test some theory? For example, you mentioned about religion and culture in order to develop leaderships. So is there anything else more analysis in that research? So the second question, actually the questions commonly linked to the first questions. I just wondering about theoretical perspective. Michael Krasi call it theoretical perspective. So what's actually theoretical perspective to answer your questions, such positivisms, interpretivisms, or critical realisms, or others maybe? I mean, like to design or to make research designs, you have what's theoretical perspective. I mean, yeah, yeah, or yeah. That's my questions.
Yeah.
Thanks for the time.
Thank you. Okay. Well, that's very good questions. Yeah, but I think I just go in one answers. So after I did my doctoral candidature, not PhD, yeah, doctoral candidature. So I was thinking that this field is very interesting. Yeah, previously I'm a TESOL background, so I come up with the idea of leadership and school performance is because I saw that Islamic-based school, madrasah, mostly left behind, yeah, in terms of UN, yeah. And then I think that it was teachers' fault, yeah. But the fact that when I digging deeper, it's not about that, yeah. It's about the system itself in the school, yeah. So how to fix this one, yeah. And then we also look the entire of the problem, and we find that's okay, the management of the school. So the good management schools, you don't have to give the questions, yeah. It is, they should be become a better performance compare with the lower performance. They have like what is it, less care about management. So who's taking care of this management principles? Yeah. One student also asks, why not foundations? No, foundations only business orientations, but principles is related with the academic. When the students' outcome is being cared by them. Yeah, so that's the most problem. When I started research about this, and then I tried to elaborate because this is exploration study. So how about in higher educations? Do they have these kinds of challenge too? Do they have these kinds of problems too? Yeah. But then every level, yeah, I also come to SMP, junior high school. They have most of them have classic problems, but each level they have their distinctive problems. Like in higher educations that we find, they mostly happen with their personality problem as a leader. Yeah. They don't talking about financials. They don't talk about infrastructure like we talk in the what is it, SMP and SMA. Yeah. So uh, this is the problems that, yeah. If you have what is it, like motivations, for example, in leading the university or leading the organizations, you will have what is it, like responsibility, right? So that's a become a problem. So what is your problem of your research? It's starting, it's very long way. Yeah, so that's the main problem. Now I already come up in higher educations, or maybe later on I will see the government how they can make this education policy. It's like Maruf said, that is there any what is it, fixed policy for the women with their activity as wife and mother. So we can see how leaders can see this. Yeah, perhaps later on. So for the theoretical contribution, I think you can see that so many styles that we can go. I come up with the context of Indonesia. So anytime when you talk about leadership in Indonesia, you can always reverse in the indigenous leadership from this research that religion, culture, yeah, giving more influence into the way people in Indonesia leading their institution. Yeah, when you compare with other country, maybe you cannot find it. Yeah, we have every country have their own characteristics. Like in Indonesia, Japanese people will be different with Sundanese, even they are in the same island. Yeah, if we back to the we go further, so like in Indonesia Timur, yeah, in East Indonesia, they have a different problem. Yeah, so when we talk about indigenous leadership in context in Indonesia, you can always refer to this. That's the theoretical contributions of my research. Thank you.
Is it answering your question? For now, yes. Oh. Oh.
Yeah. Kalau oke, kita ngomong bahasa Indonesia. Ya positivism. Oke, ya ini pelajaran saya waktu S2 ya saya lupa. Iya, so everything needs to be measured, right? But I always mentions to my students that being a researcher that you don't need to measure. It's supposed to be like this. Ini harus transformations. Ini harus separation. No, it's not that way. Yeah, you can because I'm a qualitative persons. Yeah, so you can always play with the data. Maybe Bu Destina will be more positivism than me. Semuanya harus diukur gitu ya. Yeah, but not for the qualitative. Even positivism also cannot have a fixed result,
Yes.
right? Yeah,
Yeah.
no, yeah.
Yeah. So maybe you can thinking more. I forget the name. Your name? Alif?
Nadif.
Nadif. Yeah, Nadif. So considering those all theoretical framework or what is your stand or your belief, later maybe you can go deep again and think about where you stand and try to analyze it that way. But
Yeah.
according to Bu Umi, like well, it might for qualitative, it might be can
Yeah.
go, yeah, here and might be changed when we are not standing in a one's positionality.
Yeah.
All right. So I think Dian or Hasrat.
Okay, Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
Thank you very much. It's a very interesting study. My question is actually, you talk about the indigenous leadership in Indonesia, and you got like Islamic leadership and as well as the Hindu from Hindu universities. Did you compare this with secular education, secular higher education in Indonesia, the leadership? Like, although if we look at the leaders in secular education area, they might come from either Hinduism or Islam. So what do you think? Is there any difference or anything, any cross-check comparison you have? Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Well, actually, I'm going to compare with UI. UI is based on religious beliefs, but I think I saw this university is kind of more secular than Islamic University, and also for the base, I would like to go to Undiksa, yeah, Universitas Krishna Dwipayana or IKIP Singaraja. Yeah, this is a secular university, but unfortunately, I don't have enough time to gain this data in 4 university because November, December, to meet those leaders are very tight. They are very busy, but thank you. You remind me into that. I was thinking about to compare into secular organism. Maybe the next publications in MER. Yes. But perhaps I can give the predictions that because Indonesia Indonesia is not religious country, but people have religion in Indonesia. And like or dislike, these religions educate them into a person. Yeah, it's like anywhere you work. Yeah, whenever you work, whoever you are, these kinds of insights will be always go with you. So I can predict that if you are in secular university or secular school, these kinds of understanding will always be with you. And those theory about indigenous leadership, spirituality, availability, or humility will always come with you because religion is not a leadership style. Yeah, religions is what is it? Come up with you to develop you as a person. Then the style will go. Yeah, I can see that if I interview Butati or Prof Nina, so they will have these kinds of opinion based on the religion they understand. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. I think Diane raised her hand earlier. Yes, please.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. So I have this question. I've been reading about leadership and management since that's my concentration, and I encountered to this terminology called fishbowl complex. So it's somehow related to your context, Ms. Ummi. So when it comes to faith-based organization, or maybe I can call it like faith-based leadership, I just have this something in my mind, like it's not fulfilled yet. So let's say leadership basically behaviors, right? The smallest unit is actually you lead yourself, behaviors, and then environments affects that one as well. So what will happen and how this leadership will work if somehow, let's say, you try to analyze people who believe in Islam and Hindu, but the environment is not faith-based organization. So I'm still working things out here. So how does this leadership work with the spirituality and then the environment along with the behavior? Thank you.
Okay. Well, I need further research also on your questions actually. Yeah. But we can understand that because this is kinds of the characters. Yeah. So we always like this. I think I ever give this statement in our Islamic leadership, right? So you're Muslim, right? And you're being trusted to get these positions, right? So ideally, as a Muslim, you will think in that way. So it's very normative, like amanah ibadah, something like that. But then you have changed your what is it? Your atmosphere change, right? Then you do the corruptions, right? You're cheating. So it doesn't mean you don't understand about the religions, but this is your character, right? Religions is only guidance, right? Like playing a game, right? If you're following this guidance, so you can go to the next level or you lose, right? So which one do you prefer? You go to the next level or you being loose? Following the guidance or not? Yeah. So if you think that's what kinds of the ideal one, how to lead these kinds of situations, so it's really depends into what the situation stands. Like in our research, that being assertive sometimes needed in the potential conflict situation, right? I think it's related with your research too yesterday. Yeah, win or lose. This is sometimes effective. Yes. Sometimes being a tyranny or being not arrogance, assertive is just an assertive is works with the weak situation like that. Yeah. So thank you very much for your insights. So we can answer this together later on. Right. Thank you, Dia.
Okay, thank you, Bu Umi. Unfortunately, because of the time limit, so we need to end. I believe that I think Yono has something in mind. Maybe Yoyon can ask later on outside the forum when Bu
Ask
Umi
Paluman
have
and Pak
lunch.
Bambang ya. They are better than me.
Yeah, okay. Thank you so much, Bu Umi, for today. It's very insightful. So if I can wrap up just a very short one, leadership is about how you able to see and understand your environment, and there is no fixed formula which one you need to use. So as a leader, really, you really need to see what's going on around you and make the decision, not really your stand, and it has to be that way. So I think that's what I can say. Thank
Yeah.
you so much, Bu
Thank
Umi.
you,
Thank
Bu
you
Destina.
everyone
Thank
for
you, everyone.
attending offline and
Yeah.
online. Good afternoon or good morning. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Salam.
Okay, let's have a picture together, everyone. And also while waiting to set up, just to let you know that actually this is the last week, Bu Ummi being a fellow. Sorry, next week still have? Oh yeah. So Wednesday it has a session, but maybe we don't have like official forum to thanks to her and be grateful for she's being around us. Specific class is still available, but being in this forum together, maybe this is a chance. Thank you so much. We are really grateful and happy to have you here. Maybe next time you will continue to be our always be with us in a. Yes, definitely. Yeah. Okay. Some picture.